the first thing we do is we import tkinter, and then we create the window for it, and we're gonna name it budget tracker. After that, I make the background colors and the button colors, and I create the list for the transactions. After that, I make the label for the amount, and it's also going to have entry box next to it. And then I make the label for the description that also has the entry box next to it. Next, there's the label for the category, and next to it we have the drop down menu for the food, rent, entertainment, and other categories. Then we have a piece of code that essentially has the input for the type of expense, which is going to be like a bubble where you fill in the bubble when you select it. After that, like once you press enter, it's going to have the list of transactions, which is going to be a list box where you can select your transaction. Next we have the code that essentially totals it all up and displays it in the corner. And next we have the button that clears the field, so if you put in an input, it deletes all the inputs you put in for that specific one. Then it updates the totals, and essentially it adds everything up. Then we have the add transaction button, which will essentially add all the transactions into the list box. Next we have the delete transaction function, which if you can select a specific transaction and it gets deleted. After that, there's a search in which you basically select a category and it will show all the transactions in that category. And the rest is mostly just the GUI. Next, we're going to run the code. So I'll put in the amount and then the description and choose a category, and it adds the transaction to the list box. I'm going to add another amount now. This time it's an expense, and it will basically subtract it from the total income and add to the total expenses. Now I'm adding another transaction. And this one so if I choose the category, I can essentially filter that specific category. And then I can